What's up, everybody? It's your boy Chaos. So welcome to a little special episode of Take It to the Table. As you can see, I am joined by none other than my boy Ridez. Welcome back to the show, Ridez.
What is going on?
And what was you gonna say?
I was just gonna say I wear this shirt in shame, but we'll get to that.
We will definitely get to that. Now, the reason why we're having this special episode is because of a certain pay-per-view that has happened as of this recording not this Sunday before. Yeah, so 2 weeks
Took us
ago.
A week to get over it.
Yeah, it's that bad. Now, obviously, we're talking about Hell in a Cell. Now, the reason why we're doing this quite a bit later than usual is because I just come back from a holiday, a couple weeks holiday, and this pay-per-view took place while I was on holiday. So I was actually gonna do it while I was away in Florida, but then this gentleman sent me a little voice note about his feelings for the pay-per-view. I'm gonna give Roy a little snippet of it right now.
Yeah, it was cool, man. Some good matches. Like I said, the opening match was cool. Yo, that main event. Yo, that was a lit main event. That was very different, very creative. Like, I know the crowd wasn't really feeling it, but like, I thought it was, I thought it was pretty sick, man. That was definitely my favorite match of the pay-per-view. And if you believe anything I just said, you're on crack, bruv. What? Nah. Yo, you're pissing me off now, man. I don't even know where to begin. You said you can't wait to hear my response. This is my flipping response. Like, I don't even want to shout. I'm in the house. You're going to start making me swear, bro. Oh, my Lord.
And that's what I got from it. So I was like, you know what? Let me pump the brakes. Let me wait until I get back, and this will be the first video I'm going to put out. So we're not gonna go through the whole pay-per-view. We're gonna go about a particular match that happened, which was the main event, which, as you heard from his voice note, was pretty much the best part of the night, and that is, of course, the Hell in a Cell match between Seth Rollins and Bray Wyatt, also known as the Fiend, for the WWE Universal Championship. Wow, what an absolute cluster fuck of a match. It is just, you know what? Let's just delve deep into his voice now. What did you think of the match? It was great, right?
I don't know, man. You talk about the Fiend, like the people who put this together are fiends. Of some substances, man, because that was, I don't know, there was a lot of hype going into it. You got the Universal Champion Seth Rollins, despite the fact that, a few negative things can be said about Seth over the last few months in terms of promos and him kind of coming with that Roman Cena effect. He's still Seth Rollins, you know what I mean? So you've got him on one side, you've got Bray on the other side, who had all the momentum in the world. Probably the most desired superstar as of late, right? And you add this to the fact that you got the draft coming up. Well, the draft is happening now at the time of this recording, and you also have the premiere on Fox. Like, it was a very big time.
Yeah.
Just not too long ago we had Austin, Hogan. Like, a lot of big things are happening. This match was right smack in the middle of it. So going into it, yeah, you were very intrigued. And as we said on, I think, the last episode, you're kind of tired as to who should win, because it's like, right, if Seth wins, Bray gets hurt as a character, but if Bray wins, you hurt Seth, and it's like, okay, what's gonna happen? You're really intrigued. This was probably the last thing I would have thought would have happened. And yeah, I'm a lot more calmer now. I mean, you heard the voice now. I was vexed because that, I sent that voice note as the show was going to fade, but now I've had time to accept it. But I almost stopped watching wrestling. I almost gave up for it, right? I'm too old for this. That was the first time that I've watched WWE and understood why people, like, when you get those people, wrestling's fake. Why'd you watch that? This was the first time I almost sided with them.
Yeah, it was. Let's just delve a bit more into the match, because just in case you somehow missed it, if you did, good for you. I applaud you. I wish I was you.
I might start shouting again.
So check this, right? The match, the match is about to start, and then like obviously you would think that the lighting will be back to normal. No, this match happened entirely in red. Like as you said, it was like, you know, it was Kane's entrance from beginning to end. Like it was really weird. And there was so many spots where like there was just no sell after no sell after no sell with Bray, and then there was, you know, it was to the point where like Seth said screw the no headshot policy, smashed it on his head. Bray Wyatt kicked it out one. Dude did about 10 or 12 curb stomps. Or 13, it was like, and no sell after no sell after no sell.
Can I just cut you off? Before we even got to that, was there even much of a wrestling match? I can't remember.
No, there was no wrestling match. I don't remember. It was just a brawl. It was just a ridiculous brawl. It was like the difficulty on the Fiend was spiked up to like ultimate difficulty. It was really weird. It was OP. And then it was to the point where like Seth grew tired of the shit, and then not only did he get a ladder, he got a toolbox, bashed it over Bray's head.
He also put a steel chair between the ladder,
because
in his mind that made more damage.
Yes.
Because I saw that and I was like, that's not doing anything aside from just being theatrical. Like, I mean, I don't want to talk about the rest of the paper, but I know Becky did something similar in her match with Sasha with the chair, but at least it was a prop and Sasha was sitting on the chair. With this, it literally did nothing. It was like putting a piece of meat in a sandwich. It was just
exactly.
Yeah, and the toolbox. Why is that tool? What did the toolbox? Like, he took out a toolbox, didn't use any of the tools. He just
bashed it, and all the tools fell out. And it was just like, whatever. Pinned him, still nothing. So what
didn't
he did?
He kick out one?
What?
Didn't he kick out
I
one?
think he kicked out one or two, 1.5. And then so
I'm getting angry now.
And then, not only that. So what he did was he realigned the chair. Then he went and got a good old favorite, as JR used to call the equalizer, the sledgehammer. Am I what?
So yes, Seth did bring out the sledgehammer, but what did Bray bring out before?
What did he bring out?
I'm gonna wait for you to get it. Watch his face when he clocks it.
What did he bring out? Shiza.
Your clue is what Seth brought out. So what did Seth bring out?
A sledgehammer.
What did Bray bring out before that?
Oh, a mallet! Oh my god! Oh my god, yes! Yes! A fucking mallet!
You can impale a man with a square mallet.
Yeah, how could I forget that? That big
an animated mallet.
And you mean to tell me, that's another thing as well, you mean to tell me that the sledgehammer is worse than the mallet. Anyway. So yeah.
A mallet, and can I just add that one of the commentators,
commentators, yes,
referred to the mallet as the same weapon that was used to take out who? Another wrestler, another superstar? No, Rambling Rabbit, a puppet. Yes. The same mallet that was used to take out Rambling Rabbit. That's supposed to make me think Seth is in danger.
And it was even worse the way he was selling it as well. He said like he impaled him with that mallet. I was just like, what is going on here? Oh my god. And also the piece de resistance. As I was when Seth took out, he's breathing heavily, but he's fucking fuming. Yeah. So yeah, he took out the sledgehammer. And he was about to probably wail it on the chair that is stuck in between the ladder and I guess the toolbox. I can't remember if it was there. And then, but the ref was pleading with him, saying, "Don't do it. You're going too far. you're going too far. And you can see apparently he was about to like say, okay, cool, yeah, I won't do it. Fuck it, swing. And apparently that was too far, and that caused a disqualification in a Hell in a Cell match.
But God forbid you get a small mallet.
Small mallet. And like chairs and ladders, so it's not a direct shot.
You know, I didn't think about this till right now, but what happened was a giant mallet is okay,
Yes.
but a little mallet is not okay.
Yes.
What?
That's the rule.
I just thought about
That's
this.
the rule, Brian. In a Hell in a Cell. Hell in a Cell.
Don't do it, Seth. Oh. Wait, what? Interesting. All right.
He's still the champ.
You may not ask me back for another one of these, but how the hell do you get DQ'd in the hell
Did he
in
get
the
DQ'd or the refs
frickin'
just stopped
cell?
the match? I don't know if he got DQ'd.
I mean,
Well, they're raising the cell now, so the
I mean, he's
fans
not
are
moving,
not
so maybe
happy.
that-
A disqualification in a match which is meant to be no disqualification.
I said it best on Twitter. A match designed for chaos was stopped for being too chaotic. Say that back to yourself. Say that back to yourself. A match that was designed for chaos, as in, you guys hate each other so badly, we can't put you in a normal match. We're gonna put you in a non-sanctioned match. Got stopped.
It was absolutely insane. And then on top of that, 2 minutes later, Bray was fine.
Bray popped up. Like, you know when you have the kip up on 2K?
Yeah,
Like-
when you press L1 and R1, instant recovery.
The crowd were saying restart the match. I have never heard that chant before.
Never.
Restart the match. Was the cell red as well?
No.
The cell was red.
Was it red as well?
The cell was painted red. It's just stupid.
Jesus
Like it just
Christ. Overkill. It was hurting my eyes. That lighting and everything, it was hurting my, it didn't, I don't know whose idea that was to like emphasize on the hell thing. Like,
it was, and it wasn't like, there's a different kind of lighting. There's red light where it's red, but this was that kind of red light where it's weird looking back on it, everything is red. Like it's really blood red. It's different.
Really blood red. And it was, like I said, it just reminded me of like, if you remember back in the day, the Virtual Boy, where like if you put it over your eyes and it was just all red, and that just gives you instant headaches and just made your eyes bleed. It was just absolutely awful. And then and on top of that, after he popped up, did the instant recovery, he landed the mandible claw, and then all of a sudden, Seth Rollins was bleeding from the inside with very thick fucking
deluxe red paint. Deluxe red paint was pouring out of
fucking
his mouth.
corn syrup.
I don't know. I don't know what it was. It might as well have been Kool-Aid. Like it was just you know, it was like a really, really red milkshake. It was just, I don't know if it was bleeding, if it was vomiting, but it was excess.
And
like,
it's on top of like Seth Rollins overacting, just like I'm just like, no.
I don't know if he's real cringy when in certain promos and certain I don't know what you want to call it. Like even leading up to Hell in a Cell, I didn't want to admit it. I think you said it and I was like, nah, but then I watched it and it's like where he's almost borderline crying.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man. This guy in a mask. Like,
What? How could you fuck up so bad, WWE? Like, this is like AEW just started. They already started. They had their premiere. They beat NXT. And then you come up with this fuck shit. Like, I just don't understand what was your mindset going in through like with this. It just like you basically you damn near almost killed off Bray Wyatt again. Like with this.
Pretty much, dude. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's happened since.
It is really hard to recover from this. Like it's to the point where people are saying that they're going to cancel the network, even though they're not. I mean, it's through blind loyalty. Like people say they're going to cancel, and I think that's another thing as well. I got a feeling that Vince did this as a total troll because he knows he can easily do this kind of shit but we're gonna come back. That's the annoyance with him, is through blind loyalty that we're gonna come back, and then like nothing's gonna change. But like the fact that you're willing to kill off pretty much the most over character that you've had in a long time. Like I haven't seen anyone this over since probably back when Rusev had Rusev Day, and he was over quite then. And because it wasn't your creation, you decided to put a bullet in the head with Rusev Day, and you got him another fucking cuckold set storyline. We'll get to that in a minute, but like this, like it's like you guys backed yourself into a corner, and the only way to get out of it is by doing something goofy.
Yeah,
it's like, who thinks like that? It's dumbfounding. Like, this is something that you would expect from an indie company, but you're a $1 million franchise, like not franchise, $1 billion company, and you know, you just ruining this. Like this was everyone's fear, because like it's I don't know. I'm just rambling on right now. There's no way you can get around this, or like trying to understand.
I think it would have been better if Seth just beat him. I think that would even have been better. That would have been terrible. But I don't think people would have been vexed, because at least then there's something definitive. With this, it was just, it made no point in the match to begin with.
Yeah.
It was just, you know, what is it going forward now? Is the curb stomp weak? Or is Bray just super strong? Because if you are using logic, right? Wrestling is fantasy, but we're supposed to suspend ourselves from real life and use logic with that, right? So if that is the case, how can Bray ever be pinned now?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Because, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'll make it work somehow, because they like to pretend to forget history and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, technically, based on their logic, Bray should be Lesnar. Bray should be Lesnar now.
Yeah.
It should be invincible. Mm-hmm. Because a man took about 13.5 curb stomps and all that stuff with the ladder and the chair and the toolbox, and then popped up.
It's just, it just makes it totally unbelievable now. Like, it's meant to be this realism era, and then you just go and have something that was golden in your hands, and you mess it up horribly. This is probably the worst thing that they have done in the past decade.
And furthermore, is the draft. Again, I don't know what's happening, because I'm not in the mood to watch WWE, so I haven't seen Raw or SmackDown. But does the draft just disrupt this storyline or end it, or do they continue? Because I'm thinking, with that type of level of violence in Hell in a Cell, technically, as much as we probably don't want it to, this story logically should continue. That's real personal beef right now.
Yeah.
So is it just dead in the water now because of how bad it was and the draft, which potentially splits them up, or are we going to suffer another match? I don't know.
Well, what happened was, there's two things that happened. Obviously,
do you know what? I'm happy for you to say. If it's a spoiler, say it. I actually don't care. That's how bad it was. I don't care. I don't care. It was so dead. That was. Listen, I've been watching wrestling since, I'm gonna say, the year 2000, maybe late 99. One of my earliest memories is The Rock and Big Show eliminating each other in the Royal Rumble. That's one of my earliest memories. So we're talking about almost 20 years ago. What happened at Hell in a Cell was the worst thing I've ever seen in WWE. No exaggeration.
And they've done a lot of bad shit. Yeah. But if something like that can top it off, like that's, oh my days, that is, it's crazy.
That was stupid.
Absolutely stupid.
That was stupid. And I don't. You say it's Vince. I don't trust any of them. Vince, Paul, Bischoff, Triple H. I don't know who's responsible. Yeah.
And this is why Triple H says he he emphatically said NXT is not going to be anything like those shows. I got a feeling he's busy. I honestly think he's busy doing his own thing. The only time he comes in is when there's when Saudi Arabians involved. That's the only time I think he comes in. But the thing with the Bray thing, obviously, that shit was so bad. They didn't bother to even show any of them in on the next night on Raw.
Nor did they even reference the match.
Didn't reference the match. They only referenced it right at the end. They only recapped the match briefly. But yeah, they didn't reference it any point during like the first half or the middle of the show.
They didn't dub that hard.
Yes.
I don't know why it wasn't when I watched the replay, but eventually that replay, if I don't even know if they do DVDs anymore, but you're gonna get dubbed. We're talking Goldberg, Lesnar.
Oh yeah,
WrestleMania 20.
You're gonna get like canned audio from the fans.
That hair dryer.
Yeah.
That's
gonna make a return.
My God.
It was like there was threat chatting. Restart the match. AEW, bullshit, all kinds of chants, and it was just like it's horrible. And then apparently they tweeted that they were gonna have a rematch at Survivor Series, and then they abruptly deleted that. So I think
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they abruptly deleted that on their Twitter. So I don't know, everything's up in the air with that.
What's happened since, like Raw and SmackDown? Well, nothing happened on Raw, but
with SmackDown, nothing really happened on SmackDown regarding them until this past Friday.
Is this Friday the first SmackDown after Hell in a Cell?
I think so. Yes, it is. Yeah. So that was the draft. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So, you sure you don't care about it?
In regards to Bray and Seth?
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right, cool. So the match at the beginning of SmackDown was between Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. Whoever wins gets the first draft pick.
Ooh, okay, wait, let me think, because I was looking forward to that match.
Okay.
But I'm guessing whoever won got Bray to SmackDown, am I right?
It depends if you want to fucking know. That's what I'm saying. There's more to it.
Yeah, go on, just tell me.
You sure?
Because I'm not... Yeah, because Roman's on SmackDown. And Seth's on Raw.
Yeah.
So obviously Roman won.
It depends, you want to know.
Tell me, go on.
Alright.
Tell me everything, go on.
Okay, fair enough. The match ended up being a no contest.
Oh, I would not have got that.
Because, no, actually, it was kind of like a no contest.
They don't want either one to get hurt.
Not even that. Well, not yet. They don't want anyone. Character-wise, they didn't want anyone to get hurt. The reason it was a no contest is because Bray Wyatt interfered in the match. He came from underneath the ring, and then mandible clawed Seth, brought him down. Apparently, according to Cole, brought him down to hell. And then 2 minutes later,
put him through the ring.
He dragged him down into the like, you remember what Kane or Taker used to do, where they drag people down
into the canvas.
So
there was a hole.
Yes.
So he broke the canvas and pulled Seth back
down.
Okay.
Yeah, with the mandible claw. And then 2 minutes later, Seth probably came back. It was a quick vacation. He came back up, and then the match was over. But apparently, technically, since he attacked Seth, Raw won the. Is it Raw?
Yeah.
Raw won the pick.
Where was Roman while all of this was going?
He just disappeared. He was gone. Like I said, I think Seth was about to do the curb stomp on Roman, and then the sirens went off, and then mandible claw brought him down. Ever since then, I never saw Roman. You don't see him on TV. He dipped. Yeah. He was like,
"Fuck this shit, I'm out."
No.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
That's what it was. So that was it. And then because of that, Raw got the pick. And then
and then the pick was Bray.
Oh no, the pick was Becky Lynch.
Oh.
Yeah. Becky Lynch is on Raw. Like, there was a lot of people.
Wait, what?
That's what I'm saying. No, there's a lot of people. No. Hold on a minute. So, the dumb thing was, like, even though, because they said literally everyone's available for picking, right? So, even if they're already assigned to that show, they still get properly placed onto that show again. That's what I'm saying. So, I might as well just tell you the first two.
Becky Lynch was a Raw superstar. She's the flipping Raw Women's Champion. She's on Raw. What are you talking about? They were advertising SmackDown on the Fox premiere. Becky everywhere, and she's not even on SmackDown. And the person who flipping got her the win is her flipping husband. You're taking the absolute piss, bruv. Like, come on, man. I don't want to swear on your channel, but you're vexing me, bro. Nah, I'm glad I didn't watch it. I was so looking forward to it. I was like, I need to catch up. I'm gonna make a few hours for it. I'm gonna watch Raw, gonna watch the draft. Flip the draft, man. I ain't watching nothing, man. Oh my.
Trust me, there's absolutely no point. Because, like, as Mr. Rhymes said to
shout out to Rhymes, he said something about the list was revealed before.
Yeah, the list was already revealed.
Explain
on
that, 'cause I didn't get it. Like,
yeah,
elaborate.
I don't know why, but for some reason, in the exact order that it was placed on WWE.com. So they announced the draft, like the people who was going to wear on WWE.com before it was already before it came on TV.
So in other words, you knew Becky was already drafted to Raw.
Yes, yeah, that's what they did.
So help me understand, what was the point in the show?
Exactly. Someone clear is a big fuck up. Clear big fuck up. They did like
no. There must be some logic in their minds.
I don't know because because on the show you actually see apparently you see USA and Fox Network. They were in their own separate war rooms and they were going on as if like this is happening live. All right, we're choosing this person, we're choosing that person. So it was on the show. It looked like it was happening like as if it was happening live, but it was already on WWE.com. So you could like there was hardly any surprises.
Doesn't that give away the results to the matches as well?
Pretty much. But then again, that first match, Seth and Roman, that was the only match which determined who gets what.
Oh, it wasn't like that all night?
No. It wasn't like whoever wins gets a pick. No, it was already, they probably did it like NFL style. So yeah, matches didn't really determine who gets the first pick or whatever. Yeah, it was a lot of random matches, a lot of rematches. But yeah, they didn't determine who went where. So yeah, like if wherever that list was, I'm pretty sure like everyone is almost near perfect to that. They already spoiled it on WWE.com. So the whole point of the show was absolutely, it's nonsensical, absolutely nonsensical. The only best part of it was, I know he's looking at me like he wants to kill me, but I'm not part of the creative. No, but I think the only best part was obviously the last match of the night. That was the only decent relevant part. So yeah, they're fucking up. I don't know why they're doing this. It's so weird. They say they're gonna change up, do things differently, and they keep shooting themselves in the foot. I don't understand what's their fucking problem. I don't get it. And they're on Fox, a much bigger reach to the demographics and whatnot. And yeah, they just absolutely like last week's SmackDown debut premiere, Fox premiere was good. You've seen it, haven't you?
Yeah, that was the best show period I've seen in a while from WWE.
Yeah,
that episode of SmackDown was better than the last few pay-per-views. Like it was just a really,
except for the main event, you didn't really like main event.
Yeah, the main event was
that made him cry. The Brock Lesnar was just
everything else, like it was a really, and it just set the tone. I was like, okay, if this is SmackDown, SmackDown can be the A show again, like or going forward, like you know. I was just really impressed that they really crammed a lot in a 2-hour space, but it didn't seem, apart from that like tag match with
the 6-man, that was definitely rushed.
It didn't seem too like. Come on, Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon put on a ladder match.
Yeah,
and fair enough, they probably didn't get full time that they would on a pay-per-view, but it still was believable.
Mm-hmm.
That was squeezed in. What other matches happened? The promo with The Rock and Corbin and Lynch was really good.
The Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Charlotte and so.
Yeah, it was alright. I think did Chad Gable fight someone? He fought Corbin, didn't he?
I think he did, yeah.
He had a good match. Where that's going is stupid, but the match itself was cool. But yeah, it was just good matches, man. You know, obviously Rey Mysterio and Cain Velasquez at the end was cool. Yeah, what they did was Kofi was wrong. Very bad. I don't know what I'm angry at more, that or Hell in a Cell.
No, Hell in a Cell trumps it. Like, that was just like the
Kofi was bad, man. What they did to Kofi was bad.
I guess, but if they're going for a realistic sports thing, like, that is something that Kofi would do, try and launch at him, and then, you know, Brock would just, all he has to do is just catch him, and then boom. So if they're going for a realism sports thing, that is something that would happen.
Okay, but then...
And he fell flat on his forehead, so that would have knocked anyone out.
Well, I was going to say, like, a finisher shouldn't finish you if that's the first move. Because you're not... Like, a finisher is what you do to someone after you've beat them down.
But that's what... Remember Sheamus, Daniel Bryan?
Yes.
Yeah. It can happen.
Ziggler, Goldberg.
There you go. Yeah, it can happen. And yeah, like I was shocked, but again, like because I was expecting it, and to be honest,
You saw that happening. You thought that was gonna happen.
I didn't think it was gonna happen so quick. No, but in a way, I'm happy that didn't happen. I didn't want him to get proper like mauled. I would rather him go out with one match instead of just getting suplex after suplex after suplex, gets thrown around like that's a squash match.
Yeah.
I don't know. For some reason, that was a squash match. Well, with this one, it wasn't really a squash. It was just just one move, and he'll be okay next week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Someone else, I don't know if it was one of you guys or some random on Twitter, but someone said something about, I'm glad that the match was what it was, so I didn't have to go through a long match and have them basically lie to me as if to say Kofi has a chance.
Yeah.
And I was like, is that fair to say? But yeah, I guess we know.
Yeah,
I just think it hurts Kofi as a champion. Because it might not hurt him, but when you think of WWE champions and you think of Orton, Cena, Triple H, Edge, all of that, matches like this, you're not going to put Kofi in the same league as those guys. And we should have been going that way. Even Daniel Bryan and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? More new generation superstars. Like,
but he doesn't have as much pull as them guys.
But
backstage.
I think we're talking about backstage politics. No,
yeah.
But I think if you had done the title reign right, he could have been up there with a Reigns, and especially his longevity. He's got respect and stuff like that. I mean, but you do that, and what is he gonna go back to like pancakes in the New Day now? Like, it's just
yeah, pretty much.
And now with Cain Velasquez in the picture, does he even get? And this whole no rematch thing, like, do you know what I mean? That's exactly what I said when he won the title.
Again, I think just because he doesn't have the physique like them kind of people, like it's either you don't have the physique, or you don't have the backstage pull. That's why you don't won't see him up there. So, because like at the end of the day, Kofi was never meant to be champion.
Yeah,
he was never. It's true what Orton said. He got there by luck. If Orton didn't punt kick Mustafa Ali, you would never have seen Kofi.
But I don't think we were going to see Ali.
No, of course.
I don't think it was going to be Ali's thing either.
No. Of course, it was going to be. I'm not going to say that it was meant to be Ali, but because obviously the fans put Kofi so over during that Elimination Chamber, Ali wouldn't have gotten that kind of cheers and the possibility or that crowd reaction. But because Kofi did, that's why I think plans altered. I can't remember who would most likely would have won that Elimination Chamber if Mustafa Ali. I think things would have still happened.
Yeah.
But things would have been a lot different.
Yeah, and probably not as good.
Probably not as good. Yeah. So like, that's the thing.
I get it, but it's still sad. It's still the sense that okay, fine, it wasn't supposed to happen. All of that, I hear that, but it's happened. Mm-hmm. Run with it. Don't just. I hate when they do this. Title once and then back to mid. Like they did it to Jinder Mahal. Fair enough, we know that the plan was that. But then, for example, they did it to Mark Henry. You know what I mean? They've done it to a few guys where it's like, hey, you're the champion. This is your expiry date, and then you'll go back and never compete for the title again. Yeah. To the point like where now Mark Henry retired, but his last few years you couldn't imagine him. Like he won the title when he had braids, right? Yes. So all that time during his bald-headed days, you couldn't imagine him competing for the title. Like Mark Henry, you forget that he was a champion. Yeah. You sure as hell cannot imagine Jinder Mahal competing for the championship. No. He was only champion about 2 years ago. So this is what I'm saying. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. And I really thought, finally, they've taken Kofi to this point and like, he can have a permanent residency in the main event title picture, or at least the main event picture. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But I don't think that's going to be, I don't know what happened on SmackDown and Raw, but I don't care. You can tell me. But we're digressing. We're supposed to be talking about Hell in a Cell anyway.
I mean, like with when you say about what happened on SmackDown, exactly that. Nothing happened. It was just regular New Day. You pretty much nailed it on the head. Is it going to be pancakes and everything? That's exactly what it was. Power positivity.
What did they say?
What?
Did Kofi not reference the fact that he got beat?
He didn't even get a chance to be on the mic. That's what I'm saying. He just came out with the pancakes, and obviously the commentators were saying like he just lost the title last week. He's obviously said thank you for it. So he won the match that he was in, but no, that was about it. He didn't really say anything regarding the title. But that's all the thing in it. That's what when they say no rematch clause, they mean exactly that. As soon as you've lost it, then you just gotta move on. Unless you are AJ Styles or fucking Seth Rollins or whatever, or Charlotte. You know, that's the only time you can actually automatically have a rematch, and it is what it is. But yeah, that was. But again, like you said, we're digressing. Hell in a Cell was I didn't bother to. That's the thing. I haven't even seen the whole pay-per-view. I just remember I woke up the next day and I saw a thumbnail from What Culture saying fans angry about Hell in a Cell. I'm just like, whoa, okay. I didn't look at the thumbnail because I didn't want to see what happened.
What's your initial thought?
I actually thought, Bray lost.
That was it. Bray lost clean as well.
Yeah, I thought it was just gonna be a clean loss. Yeah. But yeah, that was, again, I think that was the last. The way it happened was the last thing on anyone's mind. Like, no one could have come up with that besides WWE. How could you have a disqualification and a no disqualification match where it's pretty much you can literally kill them and it's fine.
They tried to explain themselves. I don't know where I read it or heard it. They said that the referee, it wasn't a case of disqualifying in terms of the match. This was the referee actually just being a human, genuinely fearing for the man Bray Wyatt's life. Right? You gave me this example, although I had it in my head before you said it, and the fact that you said it without talking to me means we were on the same page. There was a match between D-Generation X and it was DX facing both McMahons, as in Shane and Vince, and the Big Show. And that match is memorable for a few things. Someone ended up with their head up Big Show's bum, and a few things. But one thing that I remember vividly was Triple H taking his sledgehammer. When you said it to me, you said it was his back, but I remember it was the back of the head. But Triple H took his sledgehammer like this and smacked the sledgehammer on the back of Vince's head to the point where the actual hammer bit fell off, like flung off. Right? That, if you did that in real life, if anyone looked at that and tried to reenact it, they would go to prison. That person would die. They did that on the pay-per-view and it was fine. The referee didn't, you know. Yeah. Or what about the millions of Hell in a Cell matches where someone gets dashed off the top? Yeah. And damn near dies through a table or a truck or whatever they land on, or going through the roof. Like all these crazy things. And this, where a ladder's on top of someone's head with a steel chair, which they've done in TLC matches and stuff like that, was too dangerous. To a man who's clearly stronger than the average man anyway, because he's already flipping kicking out of, like I said, 13.5 curb stop. I'm gonna get angry again. It's just like, it doesn't, there's no logic. Okay, look, I'm gonna break it down for you guys, man. Oh my god. Bray Wyatt got curb stomped several times. This curb stomp has taken out people like Triple H, taken out people like Brock Lesnar. Bray took it abundance, right? And then kicked out. Bray in the past, previous character, has taken that same move and been done for. So this is clearly a new Bray, a new strong Bray. So he's obviously up the levels, right? So this fear that the referee had, technically shouldn't Bray have been able to handle it? And I'm gonna do you one better. He did handle it because he popped up afterwards. He flipping popped up afterwards, and at the end of the night, who was injured? Was it Bray? Was Bray struggling? No. There's no logic. No. If I'm the referee and I've done that, and then Bray pops up after, I'm gonna feel like a mug.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And the ref had it's within his power to restart the match. Like, why not? Why can't you? But
where was that referee when Seth was flipping vomiting red paint? I didn't see that referee try to help Seth. Did not see him at all. Nope. But he wants to stop a match because he thinks someone's gonna get hurt too badly in a Hell in a Cell. Idiot.
Absolute
stupid match. Like
Vince does not rate his fan base. That's just fact.
And now the way you've explained how the draft went, it's like the stupidity has continued. Yeah. So I don't even know if I'm gonna watch. I don't know when the next time I'm gonna watch WWE is. Like because at first I wanted to see, alright, I've got to see Raw, see what happens. Yeah. And I realized they weren't on Raw, so I was like, okay, Raw's all about this whole Tyson Fury crap.
Yeah. Just like, oil money.
Why do they keep going to Saudi Arabia?
Because do you know how much money they're making from that? It's crazy. They're getting 40 million. I think it's per pay-per-view from the Saudi government.
Listen,
to do this. Of course they're gonna fucking stay. Gonna say no to that.
Look, people of Saudi Arabia, it's all good. I'm hoping we've got viewers from Saudi Arabia.
I check my analytics. Yeah. I actually do. Yeah.
No discrimination at all. But I don't know. You might edit this out, but it's a bit controversial, fam. It's a bit controversial if you are an American business company with sponsors and you're trying to reach out to all these little things, and then you go over to a different country that, let's just say, has
certain opinions.
Well, there's that. I was talking about certain actions.
Oh,
I mean, you know, there's certain people who ain't around to see the pay-per-view right now. Because, do you know what I mean? So it's just a bit very peak, and I don't know, man. When half your roster can't compete at the show because of their gender.
Yeah.
And you are the same company trying to push the women's evolution or whatever you're calling it these days.
And the only way to keep them quiet is if you fling them on one pay-per-view and then no one even hears about it anymore. Like, they don't even talk about it. Like,
and they didn't renew that pay-per-view.
They didn't even renew it. They just did it.
It was a flipping one-off.
Disgusting.
I just don't know. And then I think it was you that used the term glorified house show, because nothing major happens at these pay-per-views. Yeah, you might get good matches, but it's more of a nostalgia act.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean, hell, we're getting Team Hogan versus Team Flair. Who gives a fuck about them two guys?
Yeah. On one team, you've got a man who currently wants to sue the company.
Yes!
On the other team, you've got a man who was deleted for about 3 years. Deleted for 3 years for his use of the N-word. He's not black. And now you've got those guys who are controversial in their own right in a controversial country, and yeah, it's just problems, but it's money, I suppose. And I just don't know. I get why some superstars refuse to go on the show.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, come on, Sami Zayn will never ever compete at one of these shows ever, because he's of Syrian descent, and that's wrong.
Yeah,
you know, if anything, they should be backing their team. You know what I mean? Yeah. Fair enough. The woman thing, I get it. You have to abide by certain laws, but I don't think there is. Unless I might be wrong, drop it in the comments. I don't think there's a law that says if you are Syrian, you cannot be in Saudi Arabia. You might face a lot of racism, but like, I don't know.
I mean, the fact that a major incident happened with a news journalist.
That's what I was referring to. He ain't seeing no pay-per-view now, man. Bruv.
And like they still went and did the pay-per-view.
Do you know what happened to him? Well, allegedly.
Yeah.
The details?
Yeah, I've seen it. It is mad. He's everywhere. he's everywhere, if you know what I mean.
That's big.
It's mad how they move, but
well, then maybe on the flip side, maybe that's why, because essentially, without going too deep into it, that journalist did something that Saudi Arabia didn't approve of. So I suppose WWE are just appeasing. You know, not
I guess, yeah, they just sort of put, I guess
they ain't trying to suffer the same fate, but I don't know, man. I just think you had the choice. You don't have to go to a company. Sorry, you don't have to go to that country. Yeah, you definitely don't need the money.
Oh, clearly they did. They were hemorrhaging money at one point. That's why they cut. That's why they were making cutting measures. That's why they stopped pyro. That's why they stopped.
This is true.
So that's
so refreshing to see pyro.
Yes, it is. I must say,
weird. It was almost like, whoa, this is I know, right? Special occasion.
100%. So they weren't really doing too well, but the fact they have to take this type of money with what's going on over there is not sun and roses over there. I mean, it's hot, but it's not sun and roses.
They need to just come over here, man. Come to the UK, do something, do like a special UK thing. Bring WrestleMania over. Like, UK's got money. Yeah, they might not have oil money, but they have flipping Brexit money or whatever. I don't know, man. They'll do something.
Yeah,
they'll do something. And the thing is, you'll have the fan base that know the current roster and don't just want to see Hogan or wonder if Yokozuna's still alive. I mean, like, UK probably can potentially be the hardest fan base, even harder than some Americans, I'd say, man. Like,
that's why AEW is coming real soon. That's why AEW, they're not even just gonna be doing their weekly show. They're looking to do their pay-per-views here. That's what I'm saying. So imagine when they eventually start having their own version of WrestleMania, and they think, all right, let's do something that WWE hasn't done in over how many years, since the 80s, and then have their WrestleMania over here.
They've never had a WrestleMania.
Oh, it was SummerSlam, wasn't it?
They had a SummerSlam here
SummerSlam
in like 92.
in Wembley.
Yeah, old Wembley. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, they are willing to come over here. They're moaning about time constraints and the time differences. I'm just like, no,
do it. They can
pre-tape it.
They gave us. I don't even like pre-tapes. They should do it live. Just do it. Their issue is the American timing.
Yes.
But so pre-tape for America, you mean?
Yeah.
They can do that and do it live for us. Yeah, 100%.
Definitely.
Because when they come over here for their shows, it's not live because they do it in the daytime.
Yeah,
so by the time it airs at 1 a.m, it's like pre-recorded. That's where you can find out what happened and stuff.
Yeah.
That pre-recording airs live in America.
Yes.
But it's like, it's just I don't know. I mean, we used to get like Rebellion and Insurrection.
Yeah. They were decent pay-per-views. They were house type shows, but they had great matches on them and great moments.
VHS recording. I remember ordering them flipping £16 Skybox office. But yeah, a few good matches. I remember, was it Kurt Angle versus The Rock
versus Brock Lesnar?
No, this was like before Lesnar. So it was Kurt Angle versus The Rock versus Austin. Potentially Rikishi, I think. It was a fatal 4-way. And I remember The Rock and Austin just having a beer bash at the end. Yeah. There was a few good matches. I never watched an Insurrection pay-per-view, I don't think. But I saw Rebellion. Yeah, man. It can be done.
Yeah, that was good, man. That was when Earl's Court used to be around.
Was that not there? No?
Oh no, they got demolished, made into houses.
Wow.
Yeah, that happened a few years ago. Yeah, don't know what's sad. Yeah, it's sad. R.I.P. Earl's Court. But yeah, like the AEW is coming up, and they've been putting on they've only had 2 episodes, and they still talked about both of them to this day. Jericho did one of his best promos of his career last week.
Gotta watch that after this.
And they've had great main events. Next week it's gonna be a title match. I'm not gonna get into it because he hasn't seen it. But yeah, they're putting in a decent product right now, and the only thing right now going good for them now for WWE is NXT. There's a lot of returns. There's a lot of potential matches as well so far, and yeah, they're doing really good. Raw was absolutely a fucking shambles, absolutely forgettable. And SmackDown was obviously the draft, and that was already spoiled before the even show began. So, and yeah,
I challenge you. Say 5 nice things about Raw, 5 nice things about SmackDown.
Wow, this past week, or what?
Just in general, the last 2 weeks or so.
5 nice things about Raw.
Okay, maybe not 5. Maybe I don't know, maybe 1 each. All right, 1 nice thing about Raw, 1 nice thing about SmackDown, and 1 nice thing about the main event in Hell in a Cell.
This guy, we're gonna be here for a long night. All right. For 1 nice thing about Raw, pyro.
Wow, if that's the nice thing, that's bad.
I'm not even joking. That is, right now it's the fucking pyro. 1 nice thing about SmackDown, I already used pyro. The stage, the new stage.
I was gonna say I was thinking the set. Don't say the set. So you can't say nothing about the actual wrestling or the stories or anything.
Not right now. Not right now. The feuds are a shambles. This thing with Gable, Jesus Christ. Thing with Shorty Gable. Are you fucking kidding me?
24/7 championship? Is that still entertaining you?
No, that's dead in the water now. I'm really tired of R-Truth and Carmella.
Why? Because before, the exact same thing you were hot on.
Yeah,
So why are you bored of it now?
Because they're overdoing it. It's the joke has run its course. That's
Okay.
what I'm saying. The joke has definitely run its course. It was funny. I'm not gonna deny that it wasn't. It was good at the time because there was a little thing, but now I'm getting bored of the joke. It is really getting bored now, and like, yeah, the 24/7 is back in the bad books for me. Like, I hated it when it started. Then it's had a little peak, little boom when Paul Heyman just got into power. That's when they started getting doing good, and then now, yeah, because it's back with R-Truth and Carmella, and as soon as fucking Marshmello won the title.
Did you know who that was before?
Who?
Marshmello.
Yeah. He's a music artist.
I thought it was a mascot for a football team. I thought it was a mascot for like the local. I swear to God, I thought it was a mascot for the local football team in the city today.
No.
What?
He's a well-known dance. He does that dance music and shit.
I didn't know.
He just did a shoot with Chris Brown and Tiger.
And he wears that.
He wears that all the time. It's almost like, was it Dead Mouse? The guy that has that big mouse on his head? Yeah, he's one of them ones. He's a dancer. He's a dance, like a DJ music producer. He's one of them. He's known to like do them kind of like dance songs. There's plenty. I'm pretty sure there's about 5 songs that you hear on the radio. You don't know who it is, but it's most likely him that's done it.
Bro, I thought it was a mascot. You know, like a football mascot. That's what I thought it was.
Oh wow! But yeah, that's what I'm saying. As soon as he won that title, I was just like, I'm fucking done. This is stupid. Like I let it slip when it was, I think it was Fox News. One of the anchors won it. That was hilarious because I think that person he was quite funny. He had a bit of a personality to him. But then you got this non-sounding guy with a huge thing on his head, and when he got pinned, he was more concerned about the fucking thing falling off. He actually held it while he was getting Schoolboy pinned. That's when I was like, fuck this shit. I was done. I was absolutely done. So yeah.
Forget kicking out.
Seriously. It was absolute joke. It was just like, no, fuck this shit. So yeah, that is WWE right now. They've pretty much gone back to how they were before Heyman started. And now Heyman is starting to be part of the problem again. Because what is it, again, before we wrap this up, again, if you don't know, there's another cuckold storyline right now. Obviously at the beginning with Maria and the Kanellises, apparently it was revealed that Rusev was the father to Maria's baby.
Then Ricochet.
And no, it was Ricochet first.
Oh.
And then that's when she said, nah, of course it wasn't Ricochet, it's someone else. And then the following week it was meant to be Rusev. I'm not sure if she said if it is or not. Can't remember. Still freaking stupid. What a way to make a guy that's been off TV for so long to come back in this fucking retarded storyline. The following week afterwards, you see the return of Lana. No, sorry, you saw the return of Bobby Lashley. And then I thought, okay, there's a feud between him and Bobby Lashley. Alright, this is different and not something that I would ask for, but let's see where this goes. And then all of a sudden you hear Lana's music start playing. And then they fucking playing tongue wrestling at the ramp.
When you saw Lashley,
yes,
you thought he was gonna feud with whoever's in the ring, right?
Yeah.
When he started signaling and he was like,
it was a very long delay. It was I was really worried. Yeah.
What were you thinking?
I don't know. I didn't know who I was thinking.
Rush or something like you just didn't know, right?
Yeah, I didn't know. No.
Lana's music plays. What are you thinking?
I'm just like, as soon as I saw that, I thought it was gonna be definitely like a comeback or her retaliation to obviously with the Rusev and the baby mama thing. But I didn't expect them to go that deep into it. I didn't think they were gonna be freaking making out for a good 5 minutes. Dry humping and everything, grabbing ass and everything. And then you got your real life husband just standing there looking like a dickhead. And then just busy closing his eyes, like pretending not to cry.
Did he then still lose the match?
The match didn't even happen. I think it was done. I think it ended up being a no contest.
Oh, Bray came out. Yeah. Rusev was looking at Lana and Lashley.
Yeah.
And then it went dark. And then Bray came out and attacked Seth. And Rusev disappeared.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, I forgot about that part.
Yeah. Because it was the last Raw before Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
So they couldn't have that as the go home.
Yeah, true. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
But that in itself was still stupid.
It was fucking
because
retarded.
it's like, okay, what's important here? Like,
Yeah.
it seemed very rushed, very crammed.
Yeah, it was absolutely stupid. And then the following week later, then all of a sudden you see like Lana, apparently Lashley was in Rusev's house and saying, all right, this is your bed, which means you share it with one person. Who else would that be? That would be Lana. And then all of a sudden you see Lana in the lingerie, and then she pulls it.
Wait, what?
Oh wow, you didn't see this bit?
No, I've seen a thumbnail of them in the bedroom, but
yeah,
I want to hear it. Okay.
Yeah, so basically, I think it was meant to be a match. Like that was it. The Raw started immediately with the brawl. Like it was the show intro, and then you see Rusev attacking Orton and Corbin, and then all of a sudden you went to the Titantron, and then you see Lashley in his robe, and he was like, "This is your robe, okay? So which means that I am in your house. If I'm in your house, that means I'm in your bed. Which means if I'm in your bed, that means someone else is here." And then he took it off, started having these his and her pillows around him, and then you see Lana come in like in some lingerie, and then she comes in and she was just like saying like, "Oh, I wish you were here," or something like, "I wish you was here, but I guess you're not, so I have to be with Lashley," or some shit like that. And then like Lashley again was chatting shit, and then she pulled the duvet over, and then she slightly took off her bra, and she flew it to the front, to the side, and you can kind of tell that she was trying to take off her panties or something, but it just wasn't happening. And then it was just this awkward like laughing between them, and then they just turned off the lights, which I assumed they were fucking afterwards. And then you just see this Rusev just again feeling sorry for himself, and the only way to get out his anger is by beating down Orton and Corbin, not going all the way to his house and trying to beat the shit out of Lashley and question his apparent real life wife. So technically that is cuckolding. Like if you're allowing that, not doing anything, and you're gonna wait a week later again, this Monday coming, to ask questions, if you are, you're technically cuckolding, and you're a dickhead.
So even though it's storyline and all of that and staged, did she legit take her bra off?
Yes. After this, actually. We're gonna watch this right now.
The reason why I ask is because this is what I said to you off camera before.
Yeah.
You are the man playing Rusev, and you see your real life wife. You know it's acting. You know it's for show. But where's the line? Because I don't know if I could do that. And she takes her bra off, meaning skin is on skin, and nah.
Am I a dickhead?
The thing about Lashley is he can be almost like unintentionally funny sometimes.
Yeah.
What?
And the fucking music. I'm gonna forget the fucking music.
But I am.
She don't even look uncomfortable.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, she didn't take off.
Not fully, no.
This would be beautiful if it gets RKO'd now.
No, they're too busy cracking up at the back.
So, going forward, he should be unstoppable.
But yeah,
we know what's gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. It is not gonna happen. So yeah, that is what happened with Lana and Bobby. They have like there's
no reasoning behind it.
There's not. I don't see it. I don't see any reasoning. Again, this is also this is all Paul Heyman. This is all Paul Heyman. But yeah, he's the one that started the Canellis thing, and now it's bleeding over to this. So we got two. It's just like, in order to get that demographic, you gotta just pretty much promote sex in order to get the 18 to 30 odd demographic. That's what it's basically screaming. Like, that's the only way to get our attention. Just shout sex. All right, welcome to WWE.
Mate, I'm just fearing for when the Usos and Naomi come back, man. There's gonna be something crazy with that. Don't tell me they've already done.
No. There's nothing. But I can imagine that, because I got a feeling, because so far I haven't heard anything about them, and I got a feeling they probably ain't gonna get drafted. So, and a part of the rule is, whoever doesn't get chosen in the draft, they have a choosing of where they want to go. So if it goes on the Heyman's watch, you're most likely going to see some fucking three-way shit. And if it goes on to Bischoff, well, Bischoff ain't really been doing anything impactful so far. So, yeah, it is a really fucked up time. It's mad. But yeah, I digress anyway. Let's just wrap this up. So yeah, out of 10, how much would you give the Hell in a Cell main event? Yo, that was amazing.
0.
A big fat 0. That is, yeah, it's a madness.
I don't think I can. You didn't say one nice thing about it. Remember, you're supposed to say one nice thing about it.
Oh, they made it.
Even Bray's entrance wasn't as lit as when he came out to face Fiend because the commentators were talking.
Yeah, you're right. It didn't have much impact. If anything, I like Seth's new entrance now. It's got the fire.
Yeah. I'm surprised he had the lantern because they edited it after he did it with Finn. They cut it out of the YouTube version.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, you showed me that. Yeah, like when you watch his entrance on YouTube.
Yeah.
They edited it so you can't see the lantern.
Okay,
so I
must have redone it then.
Maybe they're gonna scrap that, but then he brought it back out.
Yeah, I think probably for the live, when it's live then it's fine, but if watching it back, I guess it don't really promote it, I guess, I don't know. But it's not even that bad. It's, so I'm glad they didn't get rid of the lantern because that's fucking awesome. That's like, that's
I'll keep
awesome.
it real with you. I can't think of anything good to say about it.
It's absolutely forgettable. The only thing that surprised me was the headshot that Seth did to Bray with the chair. He was laying on the floor and he just did bang with the chair.
I can't even say that it was accidental. He fully went for it.
Yeah, he fully went for that. It was full on headshot. No one talks about it, which is weird because like there's a strict no headshot policy over there. And then like it's also hypocritical because when AEW did it, Vince completely like lambasted them when Shawn Spears hit Cody with the chair.
What did Vince say?
He was just like
Vince said something.
Yeah, Vince said something. He's like he probably said like it was during a conference call. He was just like that's why no one's gonna watch them because we don't do that barbaric stuff. Like we don't condone that kind of stuff because of the concussions and whatnot. But he basically pretty much did it right there in the center.
Well, I think I don't think Bray actually got hit. Like it's like a concerto, isn't it? So it's like he's fully protected.
I guess, but still technically a headshot. I don't know. You just don't see like we haven't seen that in a long time. Like
even when it's accidentally done, it's censored.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So Russia did it. Yeah. So yeah, everything was decent. Everything, and then he just destroyed everything. From that's how bad it is. How could you destroy a whole pay-per-view? And like just by one main event, I'm just like they really do not take it seriously. They completely disrespected their fan base. Vince was just there laughing, and he's just They try to and like it's to the point where like all right, the joke's done. Let's never speak of this again, and they barely ever did. And then they were looking to do another rematch, but I've got a feeling that got a lot of backlash, and they were just like, all right, we're not gonna do that Survivor Series. Cool, fine. So.
Well, they might now if the feud continues on SmackDown. Because it's not like at first I thought Hell in a Cell was the last interaction between the two, but you're saying they did something on SmackDown. Yeah, where's that going to lead to?
I don't know. It depends what you want to know.
I thought you told me everything.
No, I didn't tell you everything. Not exactly.
Just tell me. Go on.
Okay. Well, Bray Wyatt's on SmackDown now.
Well, I asked you that. You said no.
No. You asked me if he
got traded.
Yeah.
So when did he get traded?
Oh, he got traded that later on that night. Yeah, beforehand. Yeah.
Oh, that was just where they just show you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So he did obviously have an input in the Seth Rollins thing,
which was before he got traded.
Before he got traded, yes. And
so
then later on the night. Sorry.
So his last hurrah with Seth was
coming out of the ring and then doing the mandible claw, bringing him to hell for about 2 seconds, and then that was it. And then I pissed him off again. So just
trying to find sense.
It's so like I think that's what they said. He was gonna do the rematch. It obviously was not gonna work. So the safe bet was gonna be to go on SmackDown. And like I said, there was rumors that Fox wanted him.
No, I heard they wanted him, but now I'm just thinking with the way SmackDown is looking, he's just gonna get lost in the shuffle again or end up in the mid card. Because what are they gonna give? Are they gonna give us him with Lesnar?
Not now.
Lesnar's tied up right now.
Yeah, Lesnar's tied up. If that does happen, it will happen when Lesnar does relinquish the title. God knows when that's gonna happen, but I think that's when he will. So yeah, he will be.
Someone's gonna get fed to Bray. It's probably gonna be Kofi, or I mean,
he could actually have a great or not.
If they push the guy, it could be Aleister Black on Bray.
That's what I was thinking, but that's not gonna happen.
Yeah. When we want it, they don't.
Yeah, and that's not gonna happen because Aleister Black's on Raw. They drafted him to Raw. So I'll tell you that. So that would have been awesome, but no, that's not gonna happen.
So it's gonna be Kofi, isn't it?
Probably gonna be Kofi. Him again. No, I'm not gonna say.
Well, we'll look forward to the vignettes. That's probably the only thing cool about Bray still.
Yeah. They just destroyed it so hard. Like,
do you think Bray's destroyed?
It's oh yeah, it was definitely hurt. Like, but we did say from the end of that match, one of them's gonna get hurt. But the thing is, I didn't think it was gonna be both of them. Like because we was expecting a clean win from either one of them, and the other one's gonna get hurt. But the fact that you fucked up so bad that you hurt both of them, I don't know.
What was Seth like in this match with Roman? Because was he?
He was typical Seth.
So he wasn't freaking. He wasn't weird because he was weird at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
So he just came back on SmackDown as if nothing happened.
Nothing happened until Bray showed up, and then he was still acting like a fucking bitch. Wow. Yeah. So it's fucking weird. And then like I said, Reigns didn't want none of it. After when the lights hit, you didn't see him at all. Didn't see him for the whole night. So I think the reason why they redrafted people, even though they were already assigned to a certain show, is because of our wild card rule. So I got a feeling that wild card rule kind of just to reassure people, because there was a lot of people where no one remembered what show they were on primarily. So I think the reason they just redrafted them, like Becky to Raw, even though she's the Raw champion, of course she's gonna be fucking assigned to Raw. They just assured you that she's gonna be assigned there, and there will be no integration between the two. Like they're gonna be strictly their own shows.
So we won't see Becky on SmackDown.
No, you won't see nothing like that.
There's no wild card rule.
No wild card rule at all. That's out the window. Everyone's gonna have their specific show, like how it used to be in the old days.
So there's also no occasional, hey, this Raw superstar is here tonight in the main event.
No, nothing like that. Apparently, as long as they keep to their word, as far as I'm aware, everyone has their own storyline, their own. There ain't gonna be no cross promotion thing. I think the only time you're probably gonna see a cross promotion is when it comes to Survivor Series.
But are we kind of having a cross thing now because of Team Hogan and Team Flair?
But that's a one-off thing, though. Come on, that's Saudi Arabia. That's
crowd. But right now, those superstars are gonna be like. I mean, okay, what show is Randy Orton on?
He's been drafted.
Assuming he's on SmackDown, we're still gonna see him on Raw, aren't we? We're gonna have to.
For this Hogan thing, yes, probably. Yeah, I assume so. Unless they don't reference it at all, and then they just reference it have that them. If they're on Raw, then they're gonna just be featuring his team that's on there. And Natalia's gone to Raw, no one cares. Lacey Evans gone to SmackDown, no one cares. Sasha Banks, SmackDown. Yeah, there wasn't really that many big players, other than people that you already knew were assigned to. And it was awkward as well because, during the middle of it, then you go to the that little panel that Renee Young is with. And she's usually with Booker T and Jerry Lawler and stuff. And Samoa Joe was there. I'm just like, how could you be on this panel? Ain't you supposed to be part of this draft? And he was all hyping yeah, I'm really glad that Braun Strowman's gone to SmackDown. I think that's a great shout. And it was like a proper pundit. But I'm just like, do you not feel disrespected? Like the fact that you're being put here when you're supposed to be in the runnings to be you're meant to be one of the most feared names on the roster, and you're being devoted to the panel, and you got to big these other people up that's going to different shows. You're not even being thought of. What the actual fuck? I feel that's a fucking disrespectful anyway.
Yep.
But yeah, the whole draft thing is again something that was hyped up so good that could have been good, and they were too busy releasing the names of who was going where on their own website before the actual big reveals happened. And even when that did happen, if you didn't know about that, it was still underwhelming in my opinion. So yeah, WWE is back into it to their old tricks again. And yeah, we just gotta wait and see what happens. But Hell in a Cell, Jesus boy. I mean, I know it's been a lengthy rant. I'm sure you may agree with or may not agree. If you don't agree, let us know in the comments of what you thought of the Hell in a Cell. Let us know about the main event and also prior to that. And yeah, and also a quick question: like, who would you want to see in the next upcoming draft, as well? So, but
some people tweeted that they liked the main event and how it ended. I wanted to mention that to you. There were some people that say no, don't know why people get angry. It was the perfect ending and stuff like.
Then my word to you is just kill yourself. I'm just like, what main event were you watching? Like, how could you justify that? From like, unless you're a casual wrestling fan, you really don't care. But even then, like, if you sat with someone that's a hardcore fan and gave you the lowdown about it, surely in your head you'd be like, wait a minute, what? Like, so even as a casual fan, that there's no logic behind it. So no one can justify that main event.
It was stupid.
It was absolutely stupid.
The person who's behind it, I don't know, man.
Like,
I don't know.
No, everyone's at fault. You can't purely put the blame on Vince. You can't purely put the blame on Paul. You can't purely put the blame on Triple H. You can't purely put the blame on creative. All of them are at fault. Simple as. It is simple as that. Like, it's just kiddie programming. And even I think an 8-year-old
What's this, daddy? It's just terrible, man.
Absolutely terrible.
Idiots. That's it, man. That's it.
Yo. But yeah, that is our thorough thoughts on Hell in a Cell, the main event in particular, and obviously the draft as well, and certain storylines. But yeah, feel free to leave your comments below about the event and everything prior. But
give us your rating out of 10.
Yeah, give us your rating out of 10. Like, just anything and everything, man. I'm very eager to find out what you guys think. But yeah, on that note, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for being for people that's already a subscriber. Thank you for bringing me up to 4,300 subscribers. Much appreciated. Thank you to you all. Thank you very much. Hope you're enjoying the content. There will be a new episode of Take It to the Table coming out soon. Again, like I said, we did film one prior to me being away, but I was too busy having a good time, so I was just like, yeah, let me just bring it back.
Apart from when you were watching the main event.
Apart from I was main event, of course, yeah. Then that definitely put a sour taste onto my holiday. But yeah, I will be bringing that up. Of course, yeah, your favorites, Ridez, Mr. Rhymes.
We will be here.
We will be here.
And that's all I got to say about that. They'll get it next episode. Yeah. We'll just laugh to ourselves.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Boy, so yeah, we're going to be talking about that as well. The Clash of Champions as well. A late review on that and everything in between. Be sure to stick around for that episode. But again, thank you very much, Ridez, for showing up on this special.
We do this.
So yeah, until next time, this has been Take It to the Table, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.